Hello Capricorn, this is your September forecast, and boy do we have one powerful astrological month ahead. We've got the eclipses on the 13th and the 28th of September. We've got Mercury going retrograde on the same day that Saturn changes sign. And we've also got Venus, the planet that rules your relationships and your finances, going direct at last. So let me break this month down for you Capricorns. On the 7th of the month we've got Venus, ruler of your money and your love, going finally direct. She's been retrograde since the 25th of July, and many of you may have been reassessing, particularly with it being in your 8th house, reassessing your finances, maybe a joint financial situation, maybe looking at your investments, your banking situation, your insurance, your taxes, and also maybe reevaluating a relationship or relationships in general. But now that it goes direct, anything that you've been thinking of doing with respect to relationships and particularly your finances, now the way is clear. You can get going and take action on something that you may have felt is held up, especially to do with finances. Now that Venus goes direct, this could be a grant coming to you, a sponsorship, an investor, an angel investor. This could be some really possible good news with Venus in that house for you all month. On the 13th of September, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening at 20 degrees of Virgo, and this is happening for you up here in your 9th house, Capricorns. So up here in your 9th house, it's joining the Sun, that's going to be there until the 23rd of the month, and Jupiter, planet of good fortune and expansion and abundance, and Jupiter's there for a year. So this, in the 9th house, a new moon solar eclipse, it's actually a very wonderful place to have it, because this is opening up new opportunities for you. When it's a new moon solar eclipse, it could be a new opportunity to get some education, some training. It could be a new opportunity to publish a book, to get published, to get noticed. It could be a new opportunity to go traveling, maybe go on that world trip that you've always wanted to do, or go to that country, that place that you've always wanted to see. It opens up new opportunities to meet people from overseas, to connect with them, maybe to do business with them, maybe to form a love relationship with somebody from overseas, from a different culture. It's opening up a lot of opportunities, and it's also encouraging you to open up your mind, to not be too narrow-minded, not just to maybe mix with people that you're used to mixing with, but to open up to the sea of possibilities that there are out there, because this is very much an opportunity knocks house. So on the 18th of September, we've got Mercury going retrograde. Usual things apply. Try not to sign important contracts to start, especially important projects to do with work, because it's in your 10th house. But Mercury retrograde, it's retrograde from the 18th of September until the 9th of October. So this is a really good time to reflect on your work, your career. Is there some communication issues? Are there some communication issues that need to be resolved? Do you need to reflect on how well your time is being used in your work? Are you satisfied with the relationships in your workplace? Are you reflecting on maybe becoming self-employed? Are you reflecting on starting a new business? All these things to be really thought through during this Mercury retrograde time. And also on the 18th of September, we've got Saturn changing sign. But for the first couple of weeks until the 17th, it's in your 11th house. So there may have been, over this last 2-3 years, some endings in relationships for you Capricorns. Maybe a long-term friendship come to an end, or a completion, or a project that you've been working on. Or there could be now a culmination of something you've been working on really actually flower, blossom and harvest for you. And then from the 18th of the month, this Saturn is going here, Capricorns, into this 12th house, where it's going to stay until the end of 2017. So it's going to be a couple of year period for you, Capricorns, of possibly a lot of completions in your life, a lot of tidying up loose ends. And you like doing that, Capricorns, because you like to be organized, you like to be planned, and you also like to be the boss and in charge. So this is a great time for taking charge of all areas of your life that are not working anymore, being honest about them, and cleaning house, clearing out. Because what this is doing is it's making way for when Saturn comes into your sign. And of course, Saturn is extremely powerful in Capricorn. It's really where we want Saturn to be. It's going to bring us a lot better structures with governments, with economies. It's going to get better once, I feel, once Saturn does come into your sign. But in the meantime, it's endings and completion time, and completing things well to give yourself an opportunity to start fresh. Now on the 24th of September, the Sun comes into your 10th house here, joining that Mercury retrograde, shining a light on your career. Maybe some good news, maybe a job offer, maybe a new opportunity coming in for you. And also on the 25th of September, we've got Mars going into this 9th house. Well, you might be going on a trip. You might be planning a trip. This is a great time for studying something. You may also decide at this time you need to go through a legal procedure. Yes, you really feel there's a principle involved. Jupiter should bring you some good fortune with it, and Mars will get you sticking up for your rights and that which is important to you. And on the 28th of September, we've got a full moon lunar eclipse happening, so it's powerful when there's eclipse months. And with it being a full moon lunar eclipse happening fairly close to Uranus, there could be some extremes and changes in weather patterns at this time. So especially because of the Mercury retrograde, I'm really going to suggest that you allow bags of time to get to any important destination. So for you, this full moon lunar eclipse happening in the 4th house, many of you will be moving or considering moving. Many of you will have your home situation change in some way. There may be something that comes to a head with a family member, something changing that needs to move on. And of course, with Uranus there's always just a surprise happening. You might get a surprise guest, a surprise visitor, or you may be somebody else's surprise visitor for a little while you go off on some travels that look as though they're well aspected for you, Capricorns. So there you have it. Because this is such a powerful month, I've decided to do a seminar during this month on September 12th, before the Mercury retrograde, but right before these eclipses. And I'm going to do it about relationships and communications. How can we understand one another better? How can you understand your own communication style? We'll be looking at Mercury energy, and we'll be looking at your relationships and how you can improve your understanding of people's communications, what they need and what you need. Because surely we need it in our world right now more than ever to come to agreements more quickly, for governments to move more quickly, for our economies to move more quickly. There's so much we can do, and we get so stuck with communications. So I've been working on this subject for a lot of years now, and I'm tremendously excited to share it with you. So I hope to see many of you in London. And for those of you that can't make it in person, there will be an option for the online seminar highlights. So I wish you a wonderful September. Thank you for commenting, sharing, subscribing. Bye for now.